Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing a set of spooky Halloween readings. It's Scorpio season, it's Halloween soon, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to go full high priestess and we're going to do spiritual connections, like astral connections, so people that you're connected to kind of spiritually. So this is like soulmate energy. Now yes, it can be the traditional idea of what a soulmate is. It's like, this is my person, you know, this person was meant for me. It's this like Romeo and Juliet romance. Or it could just be somebody who's in your life, and it could be really brief, it could be for a long time, that could be actually an antagonist for you. It's like, so basically what I say when I'm talking about soulmates is it's somebody that you're connected to on a soul level, and they're here to teach you how to improve yourself. So it's like you could have somebody who's kind of like a bit of a villain in your life, but they're just mirroring things back to you, right? It's someone for you to project onto, somebody who mirrors you back to you, or like brings out even your worst qualities so that you can bring those into the light and like examine yourself. So I don't know what we're going to get. It could be a dream, it could be a nightmare, we will see. I don't know who this is going to be for you. You can switch it and reverse it as well. So gender always is very flexible in my readings, unless I specifically say this is a woman. And again, that's if you identify as a woman, so you know, flexibility is there. Also, I'm going to read this side as you and this side as them, but cross watches everything and it may get a bit mixed up. So if you think, no, this is me and this is them, just flip and reverse it. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would love it if you were happy to. I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button, because I would love to get to hit that like 500 subscriber mark. The reason for this is because it's going to allow me to access community tools, which mean that I can make posts to keep you informed. So I can be like, oh hey, I'm poorly this week, don't worry about like where the readings are. Or I could be like, I could run polls to ask what kind of readings you like and get feedback in a very, very kind of like in a way where you can do it kind of, what's the word, like without saying who you are, right? Without having to, because if you make a post, like if you make a comment on the video, you know, it comes up with who you are and your name and things like that, and people can see it. But a poll, I think it's just kind of, you know, like no one can see. So I'd love to get access to those community tools because it'll help me communicate with you better. Why is my communication so bad? I feel like that's actually a thing in this reading. I don't know if you're having trouble communicating with somebody. And again, that could be why you're connecting astrally with them, if you are, because the words aren't coming out right or something like that. So it's like something, maybe this feels like something that there's no words for, right? It's something that's beyond words. We will see. We will find out. I'm going to get you a song to start off the reading. I'm going to go to my Dark Horse playlist, which is kind of, I've been listening to Snow on the Beach by Taylor Swift. A new album's just come up, and it made me cry, guys. So if I've got like snot all up my arms, like snail trails, like, you know why. I've just been snotting and crying everywhere. It's gross. This is why like Virgos look after me, because I'm just a hazard to myself. So, oh my goodness, it's going to be one of those readings. Okay, I'm just trying to find my playlist. I'm hopeless. Like, oh my god, I'm playing like the hopeless person. Like, this is literally why like so many Virgos gravitate towards me, because Virgo, you tend to need somebody to look after, and I'm that person. Hi, it's me. I'm seeing 333 on the timestamp. Okay, Dark Horse. So this is kind of like shadow self, right? You know, the darker parts of ourselves that want to come out. So let's see what we get. Dark Horse. Oh, queer by Garbage. Well, maybe somebody's queer. I don't know. Queer can mean strange as well. So, um, garbage. I'm garbage. I'm trash. It's me. I'll strip away your hard veneer and see what I can find. The queerest of the queer, the strangest of the strange, the coldest of the cool, the lamest of the lame, the numbest of the dumb. I hate to see you here. You choke behind a smile, a fake behind the fear. So again, that thing about like a choke behind a smile, like me struggling for words, right? This is what he pays me for. I'll show you how it's done. Like, well, that's a bit of a worry. Like, what's somebody paying someone for here? You learn to love the pain you feel, like father, like son. That's like Virgo in Lilith. The queerest of the queer, hide inside your head, the blindest of the blind, the deadest of the dead. You're hungry because you starve while holding back the tears, choking on your smile. Yeah, this thing about holding back your tears, choke behind your smile. You can touch me if you want. I know what's good for you, but you can't stop. Okay. This is dark, and it could be dark. Like, I don't know what we're going to get. So it is meant to be a little bit of fun. Don't take anything that comes out in this reading too seriously. Again, it could be dream, it could be nightmare. But again, it's just a little bit of like spooky Halloween Scorpio season fun. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, don't take it as like, this is 100% accurate, because it isn't a personal reading either. It's a collective reading. But let's see what we get. So Virgo, who is Virgo? Page of Wands, Men in Black, Men in Black. Oh, what you think you saw, you did not see. Okay, so you're hiding something, perhaps. The Page of Wands is just based on that song as well. The Page of Wands is very spontaneous. They do something without thinking, so they act on impulse. Now, this doesn't normally speak to me about Virgo energy, but there could be something going on with like your desire for your wild side to come out, or something like that, that's making you act a bit impulsively, and it may actually be against your better judgment. Again, flip and reverse if needs be. This could also be their energy, right? So we'll see. But whatever that means to you, and again, maybe you've just watched, it could just be something as simple as like, oh, I've just watched Men in Black, or I've just listened to a Will Smith song. In that case, like, it's still you, right? So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Them. Tell me about them. Oh, it's Lilo. Oh, you've got Scarface on the bottom there. Is it Scarface? Why am I doubting myself? The World. Could be Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Could be dealing with somebody who's like a little bit alien, you know, somebody who's got that kind of alien-like quality to them. I feel like that was in Aries' reading as well. Could be, again, somebody who can astrally project. Somebody who's adventurous. So again, this person's adventurous side could be bringing out your adventurous side. She's got ginger hair as well, so maybe somebody's very attracted to girls with ginger hair. So just because the lead singer of Garbage, right? She was very, very sexy. She is very sexy. Shirley is her name, and she's got that gorgeous red hair. So yeah, this could be somebody who's quite fiery, somebody who's very adventurous, somebody who's a little bit out there. It's almost like Will Smith tracking down the alien, right? It's like you didn't see anything. I don't know. Like, that's funny. Okay, I don't know where this reading's gonna go. I really don't. I did say you could be connecting astrally, right? So what's going on? Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. I heard Virgo's person, and it came out on this side, so I want to say this is actually Virgo's person. Homeward, take yourself out on a date. I mean, that looks really Virgo-y, right? I'm going to put that in between because I'm not actually sure who that was for, because I was asking about Virgo, but I heard Virgo's person and it did come out on this side, but it looks really Virgo-y. It could be your higher self, right? It could be your own astral self. Take yourself out on a date. And look at all the like stars around her as well. She's drinking coffee there. I can relate. That's really homely. And do you know what? It really reminds me, my high school best friend who was a Virgo, like, I loved her so much. She was the funniest person I'd ever met. And we kind of lost touch. We kind of went our own separate ways. But I know she, at one point, I don't know if she still does, at one point she was living in like a cottage. And she is, I remember her being very cottagecore. So I don't know, it's just really reminded me of my high school best friend. And she was lovely. Okay, put that in between you. Somebody could be 42, or somebody could live at door number 42. Tell me about Virgo, please. No tricks. Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about Virgo. I wonder if you feel a little bit inexperienced sexually. Either you feel inexperienced sexually because it's a page, or you feel naive about a situation, like sexually naive about a situation, or sexually inexperienced, or it's like new feelings, but like new kind of sexual feelings like bubbling up. Again, like queer, it could be, you know, meeting somebody that makes you question your sexuality. Not for all of you, right? Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Tell me about this, please. Tell me about Virgo's energy. You are being a bit secretive. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put these... I'm going to put these away. Villain, you can always rewrite the story. I don't know if you see yourself as a bit of a villain. You always have the answers, because I'm picking up on that Lilith energy. So there could be like something where you already have the answers. You can always rewrite the story. Thorns, weave together the crown you deserve. I'm struggling with your energy here, you know, Virgo. What's going on with you? Weave together the crown you deserve. Like thorns, roses and thorns, that's like, you know, it's almost like the opposite of every cloud has a silver lining, every rose has its thorn. It's like accepting that with the good, there's also the bad. You've got this like pleasure pain thing to your reading. Especially because I really keep getting drawn to Lilith, like Virgo and Lilith's quite kinky. And you do just like a crown of thorns, right? That's very Jesus-y, and Jesus was that kind of like the ultimate martyr figure, right? And Virgo, you can be a little bit of a martyr. So there's something about accepting the sharpness as well as the pleasure. Who's paying someone for something kinky here? What's going on? Right, the world. Like BDSM? What have I got myself into? You earned all your stripes. And she does have these like stripes. Again, it's like whip me daddy. I don't know what's going on. That's not my vibe, by the way, but like this person's very fiery. Could definitely have red hair. And then the hair in your side as well, like with the red hair. I mean, this person that you're connecting with seems really fierce, really adventurous, really fierce, quite experienced. You've got to take yourself out on a date. Release your guilt. Yeah, a Lilith all over this reading. Release your guilt. Check out your Lilith placement. It's all about guilt. Every hurricane comes to an end. So, you know, right, okay. Listen, as long as nobody's getting like actually, as long as everybody's consenting, right? Like people get up to all sorts of weird and wonderful things. People have fetishes, you know, and it's okay. It's, you know, we're all living our own life. We're all into our own stuff. And if there's nothing like morally questionable about it. So, you know, if nobody's like actually, if everybody's consenting, and you know it's not, you know, if like, you know, the pleasure pain, if it's like not, you know, life-threatening or not kind of, you know, I think there are lines that you can cross, right? It's like accept your kink, but where does your kink come from? So we always find this with Lilith, like it's like Virgo Lilith is like self-degrading, right? It's like I think sometimes kinks can come from unresolved shame of the past. So he's even got like, look, he's even got this like red stripe across him. It feels like scars, right? You've earned all your stripes. She's got a little... Please, like, Google, if you Google your birth chart and Google your Lilith placement, because like I say, there's so much guilt with that, and it feels like hiding your kinks and then feeling guilty about hiding your kinks. And again, I don't know if that's necessarily you, Virgo, but again, it could be the person you're connecting with. Ow, okay, got right stabbing pain in my hand there. Ow, and then in the shoulder, okay. And then like my shoulder blade, my right shoulder blade at the... Okay, yeah, no, I don't like it. Okay, Virgo's like, I like it. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yeah, somebody, if this is you, you're kind of really down in the dumps about this. I feel like you're beating yourself up over something. I get like wearing that crown of thorns, very watery. There's a lot of emotion here. It's quite dark. It's quite down. What was your song again? What was your song? Hold on. Oh, I remember. Yeah, garbage, wasn't it? Queer. Ready to leap out of a situation into something new. That's like ready to be the Fool, right? The Fool card is like very spontaneous, and again, you've got this Aries energy here. You may have a little bit of Aries in your chart as well. It's like getting ready to move, getting ready to go, getting ready to be impulsive. Who's your person? Oh, I don't think it's meant to be in reverse. The whole deck was in reverse. Again, yeah, this could definitely be somebody that you're connected with, like astrally or spiritually. It's a very Scorpio card for me. I think it's air energy though. You kind of got air, fire, all the things, water, everything going on this side. This person's protecting something for you. They're protecting something that's this is kind of like the cosmic egg. There's something really spiritual here. There's something that destiny has in store for you. It's really, really positive. It's really good. And this person's kind of protecting it for you. Kind of astrally, I want to say. There's something, I feel like you probably see it or sense it in some sort of way because you're almost ready to leap towards this. This person feels very knowledgeable. Again, they could be very well read or just very knowledgeable about their subject, because the World card is completion. The World card is like, I've learned everything I can. The World actually comes before the Fool. So the World is completion, and then you have the Fool, which is the jump into something new. So this person's, it's like being sat in a library and reading every book. I mean, like, well, I'm done here. Now what? They've earned all their stripes. You read this. Okay, Taurus is reading. I was like, yep, got it. Know what all this is. Your reading's very a little bit secretive. There could be something about smells, maybe somebody's perfume or something like that. Maybe you've got you're a bit psychic with smells. What's the energy between these two people? The energy between these two people? What is the energy between these two people? Mysterious tree. Cast a spell. Okay, I'm gonna say something here. With tarot readings, some of them are very, very understandable on kind of like a 3D level. It's like, yeah, this is, you know, you're going to go and get the milk. Some of them are a little bit more out there, and some of them get really wacky. It's like watching some kind of like an episode of your favorite soap, but it's like really dramatic and like unrealistic, and then it's like on top of that it's like the Halloween episode, and it gets like, you know, so some people get like these kind of like mad messages coming through, but at the end of the day, like, these things do happen. And so I was watching a reading that was I've actually did a video on it and took it back down, but I was watching a reading where a woman was talking about how she was getting a message that somebody had done a witch's bottle and put it under somebody's tree, and it was kind of like a curse. So I just went in spiritually with my guides, who were laughing at this because it was like childish low vibrational magic, and we were like, yeah, I just kind of like went in and cleared it and cleansed it, made it the bottle self-destruct, which broke the curse, all that kind of stuff. Like they were calling it child's play, so I don't know if there's something about like child's plays that like Chucky, like haunted dolls and things like that, like voodoo, I don't know. But cast a spell on mysterious tree, it just reminds me of that. My guys were kind of like rolling their eyes and calling it silly. It's like the kind of magic that kids do, right? Because they haven't done the shadow work, so they're just, I don't know, like you grow out of it, right? You mature out of that. So mysterious tree. Sorry, my guys are still laughing. Mysterious tree. So the mysterious, like, trees to me are like your family tree. I was saying in Taurus's reading, there could be something in your family tree that's a bit unknown, a bit mysterious. This also came out in Aries' reading. It seems a bit of a theme of the week, you know, like uncovering something in your family history, and also not knowing where you're heading, not knowing what the future holds. Something feels very, very sick all of a sudden. I'm getting a lot of physical things in your reading. Right, I'm just going to get a load of cards for the energy in between. You will kind of look at them once they come out. So what's going on, please, for the energy between? Oh, talk about voodoo. I hate that card. They're giving me labyrinth. Voodoo, hoodoo, you do what? Remind me of the babe. What babe? Babe with the power. What power? Power of voodoo, hoodoo, you do what? Remind me of the babe. I told my baby, crying hard as babe could cry. That's too many. What could I do? My baby's love had gone. I left my baby blue. Nobody knew what kind of magic spell to use. Taurus had that as well. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus, but it feels... Yeah, Taurus had those two cards as well. Your reading feels different, though. It doesn't feel the same. Oh, gosh, what's that doing in there? Slime and snails and puppy dog tails. Full of oil. And baby says... Dance magic, dance magic, dance magic, dance magic, dance magic. Okay, maybe you have like dance magic, like maybe physically, because you're getting a lot of stuff about physically. And Virgo, you are a very physical sign. They're giving me Dua Lipa physical. And Olivia Newton-John physical. Both versions are playing in my head. If you're frustrated, I can't speak again. What is going on with your reading? If you're frustrated, perhaps even sexually frustrated, perhaps if you, a Virgo thing that can happen sometimes with Virgo placements is you get like so kind of like frustrated and like, you know, like bottling up that grumpiness, like that. It's almost like anxiety and frustration, and it's like you can't even, like, it overwhelms you, and it's like you can't even get your words out. You can't even say, because you bottle things up, because you're a nice sign, right? You don't want to kind of rock the boat. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So you kind of think, I'll just let that slide. I'll let that pass. But it bothers you because you're a sign about like niggles, right? You're a niggly sign. So it's like things that you let slide, they still niggle you, right? And if you don't say it, you bottle it up, and then you can like explode, or, you know, like get really, really ratty. A really brilliant thing for, and maybe like, again, like Virgo Mars placements is like go out for a run, you know, do something physical, go to the gym. Sorry, they're giving me Dua Lipa still, like, common love isn't for us. We created something phenomenal, don't you agree? Don't you agree? You got me feeling diamond rich. Sorry, it's coming through. They want it to come through. Nothing else on earth compares to this. Don't you agree? Something, I can't go to sleep with you lying next to me all night. All right, with you. I know something about cars, right? The Chariot. I was seeing cars. Because I think she's in a car, because that's what I was saying, like, that's why it got my attention. It wasn't just the song, it was the image as well. So she's in a car, right? Is it levitating she's in a car? Levitating, right? So maybe somebody really likes Dua Lipa. Yeah, it feels really astral. It feels like astrally projecting. Somebody could have Leo placements or Cancer placements. The Chariot is Cancer. Strength, Chariot into strength. Self-control, resistance, self-control, mastery of the physical body. Summoning things, I don't know. Somebody's definitely into some kind of like magic, like dark magic. They're giving me dance magic again. Just be careful with that. Be careful with how you use it. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. They're showing me a car backfiring. You know, an exhaust kind of like backfiring. Just be careful. If you've got a lot of power, you know, learn to have that kind of self-control, that self-mastery, because it's almost like Scorpionic. It's almost like if you vengeful or anything. It's almost like self-sabotage. It's going to reflect badly on you. It's like whenever you act in low vibrational energy, and this is what my guides were laughing at with the whole the witch's bottle thing, like still laughing, and they're touching my hand here. That's Archangel Michael. He's not necessarily the Archangel Michael, but that's how I identify that energy. So one of my guides, they come in, they touch my hand, it feels very cold, and it comes in with the symbolism of Archangel Michael, like with the sword of truth, and very high vibrational. It's an energy of protection. It's like you're protected. It's still going, I can still feel it. So yeah, the high vibrational energies protect, and they bring things into the light. So if anyone's doing anything low vibrational and kind of like messing around with, my right ear is really cold, somebody could be talking to somebody, it's right for spite, God, your reading's so physical, I'm getting really hot on my back. Okay, I hate these kind of readings though, because they make me feel like I sound like I'm crazy. It's just all coming at once, Virgo, for you. I nearly called you Taurus. It could be a Taurus involved. Sorry, I'm getting a lot all at once. Yeah, don't do anything low vibrational, because it's like generating bad karma for yourself. It will come back to you. And what they were telling me in that reading that I did yesterday that I didn't put up was the universe gives you rope. So if you imagine like a dog on a lead, right, the universe gives you enough rope to hang yourself. So if you think you're getting away with something, you know, if you think like the universe hasn't spotted you doing something a little bit negative, a little bit untoward, the universe sees everything, right? And they're just giving you, it's almost like autonomy, right? It's like if we you know, we're going to let this person make choices, and they're going to make good choices or bad choices. They're going to have self-control, or they're not going to have self-control, and all that kind of stuff. And if you are doing very low vibrational things, like, you know, like, I don't know, hexing people or cursing people, or like doing things to bind people, you don't have autonomy over anybody else. Everybody has their own autonomy. And if you try to control a person or put a bad spell on someone, very, very toxic to yourself, right? The universe is only going to let you get away with it as long as until they're only going to let you get away with it like for a certain amount of time before they pull that rein in again, right? And it's like the longer it is, the more it's going to wrap around you. So it's almost like, you know, like how the FBI or the CIA, sometimes when they're building a case, they just watch a criminal, like they follow the criminal and they let them do, like they let them continue, because the idea is if we bring them in now, we just get them, we just get the page. But if we let the page go around talking to all the other criminals, we get to see who else is in this network, and then we watch them and we see who else is in the network, and we build up the case file, and then we pull them in. So if you think you're getting away with something, and again, I don't think it's coming through as you, Virgo, but again, flip it and reverse it. You could be this person, I could be talking to a cross watcher. Yeah, the universe is, it's like you're wrapping your own noose here. So this is really talking about the importance, and again, it could not be you. You could actually have got some kind of mastery over your physical desires, something like that. Okay, let's keep going. I'm sorry, Virgo. Right, Virgo sun signs, I absolutely love you. Again, my best friend in school was a Virgo. My throat is closing up now. Ugh, it feels like, you know, when you swallow something and it won't go down. My best friend was a Virgo in high school. Like, I used to live with a load of Virgos. I befriend Virgos because Virgos gravitate towards me, because I'm a messy person. I never know what I'm doing with my life, right? I'm like a bit of a hazard to myself, and Virgos have that instinct to care. And Virgos want to look after me, right? I bring out that nurturing nature in Virgos, and it works well for me, it works well for them, because they need someone to look after, I need someone to look after me. Me and Virgos get on absolutely great, right? And then I love them for it, right? It's not, I don't take them for granted. It's like, thank you so much for like being that person that I need in my life. So it works really, really well for me, being around Virgo energy. So Virgos, I love you so much, but depending on your placement, like any energy, right, it's all just energy, and depending on the placements can really bring out good or bad qualities from that energy. Like every sign has good and bad qualities, and this is a reading where a lot of the bad qualities are kind of are coming out. But the point is, like, the reason we have a Lilith placement, my Lilith placement is Capricorn, and it gives me feelings of imposter syndrome. It makes me be like, don't pay me for my work. You know, it's like, I don't value myself. Like, it's like the opposite, almost like the opposite of Capricorn. So it's understanding this, and like the guilt, right? The guilt of people paying me. Like, why do I feel guilty about people paying me adequately for my time? I shouldn't feel guilty about that, but I do, because it's my Capricorn placement. So having that kind of self-awareness of the things that you feel guilty about, right? The things that you, and again, because you've got queer crown of thorns, which is like a religious symbol, and then like a lot of guilt energy coming through on your side, it could be that you are not straight, right? And perhaps you grew up in an environment that taught you that was something you should feel guilty about. You know, if you grew up in the Catholic religion, or, you know, they could say there could be a lot of guilt and shame around your sexuality. You could keep it hidden, you know, and that is a very, you know, that would make a lot of sense. And it doesn't, but it's like, it's not that, a lot of the time there's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so, right? And again, there are parameters, there are laws and things like this, and you want to protect certain vulnerable people and things like this. But if you are doing something and everybody's consenting, and it's, you know, everybody's happy at the end of the day, then is it really that bad? Should you necessarily feel guilty about that, or is that something that's being imposed on you? Again, I don't know what you're doing, so I'm not condoning anything, just to kind of like put a disclaimer out there. I don't actually know what you're doing. It just feels a bit kinky, which in that case, you know, you do what you need to do there. Virgos are kinky. It's a kinky energy. It's caring though as well, right? It's like, you know, the Virgo's going to like bundle you up and give you a cuddle afterwards. Maybe you're hooking up with a Cancer. That could be interesting. Yeah, somebody could have fear of commitment, fear of religion. Makes a lot of sense. 8 of Swords. Feeling very trapped perhaps by, you know, systems like the church or like marriage, you know, those kind of institutions that come with a lot of morals, right? You know, whether good or bad, they have a moral compass, and maybe your compass is not pointing the same way as their moral compass, you know. That has a feeling of being trapped, or thinking you're trapped. This is Justice. There could be some kind of courts involved, again, some kind of legalities. Again, I don't know if somebody has the feeling of like being watched, like a private detective. That came out in one of my readings as well. But yeah, there are, you know, make sure that you are, whatever you're doing, Virgo, make sure that you are staying on the right side of the law, right? You don't want to get, I mean, that could be jail. Like the Justice and the 8 of Swords, that could literally be jail. What? Oh my God, what? Sometimes I'm like, what on earth is this? Maybe somebody's in like, they're telling me the Court of Aorta. Is that a Halsey song? The Court of Aorta. Like the court of the heart. Somebody could be in some kind of like astral court, you know, like 5-dimensional courthouse. King of Cups. Maybe somebody has Scorpio placements. Again, that's another very kinky sign. King of Cups into the Page of Cups. Maybe somebody's having a child. Maybe there's like the DNA, like the paternity of a child could be in question with the court. The King of Cups, though, that is very, very, somebody has very deep emotions, and it is quite a psychic energy. It is quite a, I'm going to trust my intuition on this. The Kings have a lot of self-control as well, self-mastery. So somebody has self-mastery of their own emotions. But it's the King going into the Page. So somebody's teaching somebody to master their emotions. This is the weirdest reading. It's like, it's not emotionless, it's deep emotions, but not letting them rule you, having that kind of deep understanding of your own feelings. What's next, please? What's next? Or I'm just going to read them as they are. Okay, thank you. A decision, again, like some kind of court decision. Are we going to let them out? Are we going to, just with the open windows, are we going to let them out? Are we going to keep this person trapped? Again, it has that feeling of like a dog on a lead, right? It's like, how much rope are we going to give them? 4 of Cups. Somebody who's not taking somebody who's not taking some kind of divine gift. These people have their back to each other. You and your person, you could have your backs to each other. Like, you're not taking this. Again, it's like got the feeling of like relationships that didn't work out. So you're not interested in this new relationship coming in. Like these, but they're the same, right? But then if they took that, if they took the fifth cup, it would take them into the Five of Cups, which is emotionally disappointed. This reading well with. I hate this. This is I don't kind of want to show it too closely because it's very graphic, but it's the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is broken heart energy, like heart pain. This really hurts me. And what this person has tried to do is she's taken the, she's killed a bird and taken the heart out of the bird and put it on her own chest, as though that's going to make her feel again, you know, as though that's going to make her heart whole. But you can see that it's not working. She looks really desperate. So it's like, you know, hurting others to make yourself feel better and it not working. That's very Cancerian. Again, somebody could have Cancerian placements. Not all cancers. Again, I'm talking about like every sign has good and bad qualities, and low vibrational Cancerian energy, if it falls into toxicity, can be very the Scorpio as well, right? I'll hurt you because you hurt me, or someone hurt me, so I'll hurt you. And you know it doesn't work. I'm just going to cover that up. The Three of Wands to the Four of Wands. This is like this could be a celebration, it could be an event. Like the Two of Cups. These people are like walking side by side, like hand in hand. It's showing as 11-11, sun and moon. It's almost like going to the courthouse. Like, they're kind of giving me, go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Maybe somebody's marrying somebody. Giving me Best Friend by Doja Cat. You're my best friend. You're a real bad bitch. This has the energy of somebody who... This has the energy of somebody who grows up in a traditional environment where, you know, people... It's like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? And, you know, like some places have like tax breaks for married couples. It's like, you know, monogamy is really, really pushed onto the society. So, you know, people like when you have a, I'm thinking of like places like Texas, I guess, where they have, you know, church, like the laws and the church are very in sync, where, you know, a lot of the laws that they make are governed by, you know, a strong religious population, you know, for good or bad, right? Different places are entitled to make their own laws, but it has that feeling of somebody who grew up in a very, very traditional, strict environment, perhaps Catholic, and you know, where, you know, to be gay was shameful. To be gay brought shame on the family. And again, these are not my feelings, this is what I'm picking up on through the cards. And it has that feeling of like, I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide the fact that I'm not straight, because I don't want to bring shame onto my family. I don't want to disappoint people. You know, I don't want to be like, you know, prejudiced against, you know, like, if I want to get a job, I don't want people to be like, not employing me because I don't fit that kind of, you know, what is it? Not Watsons, Waltons, like the Walton family kind of, thing that they're looking for. So then it's like finding someone who's a really good friend, right? And being like, you know, I don't want to get married. It's like, I don't want to get married to someone and, you know, not having the sexual desire for them and things like that. But it's like, this is what's expected of me. But then it's like almost like a companion. Like, let me try and think of an example. If you've been watching like House of Dragon, they had this in the storyline where two people, they didn't actually want to get married. You know, they wanted the freedom to do what they wanted to do. And so it was like very much like a marriage of convenience, where they both agreed, right, we'll get married, we'll do our duty, but what we do, you know, beyond that is our own business, right? And they had this very like friendly agreement, and it does have that kind of quality to this reading. So again, it's like you would keep it hidden, wouldn't you? Like you would keep, you know, if you have like side flings or like a little deal with somebody on the side because those needs aren't being met at home, you know, hopefully in agreement with whoever you're married to. Hopefully this is something that you have not hidden from each other. But yeah, it has that kind of feel to it. All right. Again, it's not going to be for everybody. It's a story. It's absolutely fine. It's not going to be everybody's story, everybody's reading. Don't go rushing out there and being like asking your partner, like, what have you been up to? What have you been paying people for, right? I'm not saying that. It could just be, it's just a story at the end of the day. It's not going to be every single person's situation. And this doesn't even mean it's necessarily your partner. Again, this could be somebody that you're connected with astrally that you don't even know, right? But for some reason, like there's some kind of astral like 5D bond there for you to help each other in some sort of way, because it does feel a little bit like maybe two people who've come from, maybe this isn't somebody that you're necessarily married to, but it's like somebody who is mirroring you, because that's what happens with soulmate connections, where, you know, you've come from different stories, different, you know, you might be living two completely separate lives, but you could be kind of like paralleling each other in a certain way, and there could be kind of like a bit of a kinship here between you. So take that as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. It's a very mysterious tree of a reading. I'm going to leave it there. Do take care of yourselves. Please don't get too touchy and take it too seriously. I don't know you personally. I don't know your situation. This is just me reading cards and energy. That was a weird one for me because I kept on feeling things throughout it. It was a very, very physical reading. So I'm going to leave it there. Good thing that Michael came in, because again, that's a sign of protection. So maybe use protection, put a condom on. All right, I'm going. Bye.